You understand what I'm saying? So it hasn't been a lot because I've got a few people that are very, I mean, just dedicated. And for whatever reason, they couldn't come that time. It wasn't because they were slackers or whatever.
Yeah.
They just couldn't make it that time. And I had to go out there by myself. And I could have said, you know what? I don't feel like it tonight. But but I knew that the people on Skid Row needed to see some consistency in a different way. There are organizations on Skid Row who are doing awesome work, but there's always room for other organizations to join that work.
Sure.
And so on Skid Row, it was that type of thing where I wanted to be consistent, and thank God in August it'll be 5 years that we've been on the streets of Skid Row every Friday night on the corner of Wall and Winston, doing what we do, giving out clothes, giving out food, inspiring people to try and live a better life.
So, expound on that. How can I actually accomplish that? How can I actually accomplish that? I'll say, okay, I see the need. What do I need to do? What's step one? What do I need to do tomorrow to try to get involved?
Well, you know what? I think wherever you're led to do something, my Twitter is called Do Something Now. And it's really do something now. And so if it's in your area, do something. I don't want to get religious, but Jesus said to his folks, you know, he said, I want you to make disciples in Jerusalem, which was his hometown. So start with your hometown, start local, and just get involved, man. We got 500,000 foster kids in America. 20% of them are here in California. There are a lot of things you can do. You can visit people in jail. There's so much you can do. There's a lot that I'm involved in. I just put my hand to the plow and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Even in the reentry, we got over 60,000 men about to come out of, ex-offenders about to come out of prison because we ran out of money and different things like that. We've been working with the legislator on that for the past 4 years. And we've gone to Sacramento and had meetings. We've gone to San Diego and had meetings. And we're about to have a meeting in Los Angeles. Hope you can make it when we have this one. But in Los Angeles to talk to the legislator about.
I'd love to be at that meeting.
Yeah.
I'd love to share that with my audience because that's what this is about. Because I want to show and be a demonstration of. For me, a lot of this stuff was, man, I didn't have information. I didn't have anybody to get in contact or know anybody who could help or how I could support something that was like inner city, focused or whatever. Well, here it is. And so I want to learn for what you did. I also want to, kind of like imitate as much as I can to get where I'm going, because pretty much if you learn from people who actually are out there affecting their community and in a real way and not just, talking about it, but here's the avenues of how they could do it. You said a host of things to serve people. I think that would benefit people. But how could someone, I could say maybe get in contact with you if, say, for instance, they from, Southern Cali and they want to get in contact with what you're doing in Southern Cali? Well,
definitely you can hit me up on Twitter. Do Something Now without the G. So it's do something, and not do something now, but do something now without a G. So just write it without the G. You got two N's, no G's in between.
Okay.
You know how we do. You know how we do with this hip hop.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
so
official.
they can hit me there. They can hit me at q@dosomethingnow.com. On my emails, I have several emails, but they can hit me on that one just to keep it clean and keep it, like we used to say back in the day, keep it copacetic, you know what I mean?
For real. Now I have another question. Because I thought this is something that was interesting, because the only reason I'm saying it's interesting really, 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 really is because I had a similar experience. And so when I read it and it was a part of the bio, I said, yo, that was a movie that affected me. And it's no, secret, I'm a Christian. I used to be, a Christian MC. I still got music out there. I'm not hating, but anyway, selfish plug. But when I saw the movie Malcolm X, I walked away with a couple of things. I walked away with kind of another rendition, another story of his life. Mm-hmm. I got that. But I think you and I walked away with something similar, and I know I walked away with, you can make a change as a human being, and you can make an impact, and it doesn't really matter, kind of like where you come from.
Right.
He's a reminder, and I think we kind of missed that. I mean, wherever you fall on, on the spectrum of love or hate, Malcolm X, I totally understand. But the point is that him and many like King as well in his time, they were, at the end of the day, regular people who decided to say, hey, I want to make a difference for this reason. And I know, and I feel a lot of way that you do that. How do you say that movie really did affect you, for those who really haven't seen that picture?
Yeah, well, of course, when you look at Malcolm's life, Malcolm educated himself in prison. I didn't go to school. People wonder, most of the people I lead have doctor's degree. Most of them have college educated. I didn't have any of that. I feel like, part of my life is really, I want to really stress that, man, it's led by God. I don't make this stuff happen. I just see something that needs to be done and I go out and do it. But I noticed that in the very beginning of my journey, after watching Malcolm, serving was huge for me. I started off by serving at a church. When there was times when I was in there washing we had a lot of people at that church. There were times when I was washing communion trays all by myself because some of the other cats wanted to go holler at a fine honey they saw walk by. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that behind the scenes stuff that people don't see. So you got to be faithful, man. You got to be faithful, and I can't stress that enough. You got to be faithful to the little things, even when it don't seem like nothing is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like on the streets of Skid Row. You're not going to sit on the streets of Skid Row and get a 10,000 member church. People are like, why you keep doing it? Why you keep doing it? But then God may work in other ways. Like right now, on July 1st, we got a reality show coming to film what we're doing, donating meat to us and coming to film what we're doing on Skid Row. We didn't ask them to come do that, but they found out about it. So, we don't have to worry about making way for ourselves. God will make the way because it's His thing anyway. And if I die today, I feel like I've accomplished everything I was supposed to.
Brother, you have accomplished a lot. Trust me.
But there's a lot to go.
It's a lot to go. It's a lot to go. And a part of our mission at Dunkin' Rocks, like you'll see it in our mission statement, it says the Dunkin' Rocks mission is to convince you that not having a college degree or not being born wealthy does not exclude you from creating a viable business or movement. And I think a lot of people miss that, and that's why I wanted you to express that as well, because I understood that as well about you, and I think it's tremendous, because don't let that be an obstacle as well, because some people feel that they can't do anything unless they get an education. Did you hear everything that he shared with us? I think you can kind of understand that that's not true, and I believe if you see enough examples of it, you would say, man, I can really make a difference. And man, there's this dude, man, Q, man, he's out there in South Central, like putting it down. And he's like traveled the world. He's helping out at schools. He's helping out in the community. He even had an open mic popping one time at one of the legendary spots in Los Angeles, where they hold, Project Blowed. He was having Club Zion. That's sick. His reach, all kind of stuff that this dude has done, trying to help our community. So, my hat's, off to you, brother. And beyond that, is there anything else you really, really, really want to share with people? And if I'm that guy who's saying, man, I want to get up and I want to do some of that stuff that Q doing, I want to get beyond that, what would you tell him? And just say like maybe 3 or 4 easy steps to make it happen. What would you